Seth Rogen is the unfunniest actor in modern Hollywood. Bold accusation, right? But it's a tough pill to swallow. After watching the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie, I finally got fed up with Seth Rogen's place in Hollywood. So here's why the new Ninja Turtles movie is mid at best and why Seth Rogen needs to stop making movies. Firstly, whoever told these studios that Seth Rogen's voice should be in all these animated movies needs to be fired. Immediately.
They are weird. Super weird. It's so funny.
I literally can't stand it. He's not that funny, and his laugh is mildly infuriating. It was funny the first few times, guys. We get it, okay? His laugh is abnormal, and now it's overdone. Honestly, same with Awkwafina. Whoever decided to put her voice in all these animated movies because she's funny is blatantly disrespecting actual voice actors, but that's another video. Except Seth Rogen barely has lines in this new film. In fact, my problem is not with his voice this time, but with his writing. After Superbad, he fell off, except when he made the interview.
Hate is 'cause they ain't us.
It's not surprising that I found this movie to be unfunny for the most part, especially considering the only other animated film he wrote was Sausage Party.
You got girth.
No, you know I am girthy. I can fill a bun. They'll know I'm there.
I'm willing to bet that the funniest parts about this film were actually from the voice actors themselves, because they literally rewrote the script around them. No surprise that even children are funnier than Seth Rogen. The best film he ever made was written when he was a child himself. The entire film felt like a 40-year-old man trying to be a teenager again, so he puts in what he thinks a teenager would find funny. I'm here to tell you, as a teenager myself, he failed. Whoever came up with the idea to market this film as Seth Rogen, the permanent teenager, also needs to be fired. He's a regular 40-year-old stoner dude painfully attempting to seem cool, and he was definitely high while writing this script. It was so obvious he threw in all the buzzwords to appeal to my generation. Riz, sus, TikTok. Like, okay, we get it, Seth. You win an Urban Dictionary. Congratulations.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
And the references to pop culture felt so forced. They took 2 whole minutes to describe a scene from Endgame, mentioning every single irrelevant detail about it. I laughed at how cringe that was. Okay, yeah, teenagers are cringe, but they're not this level of uncreative cringe. If you think that's a single nitpick, well, there's plenty more examples that further show Seth Rogen has no understanding of how to appeal to a modern day teenager, including references to the Forza video game. It's a terrible line. Why not reference GTA realistically? They went to an Adele concert? What are they, 40? Hey Arnold? I'm sorry, Nickelodeon. Again, what are they, 40? Then the song choices also gave me whiplash, because they were great for the most part, but definitely had horrible ones, like the He-Man song, What's Up? Furthermore, a cameo from Mr. Beast, although funny, definitely proves that they think they can get away with these references and lose focus on fleshing out the story. You can't have your cake and eat it too, because these desperate attempts to appeal to Gen Z didn't work for the younger children. Barely any of the kids in my theater would laugh, and the only time I would laugh would be at a pure cringe and disbelief at what I was watching. And I was watching an unfunny, long movie. Mutant Mayhem is an hour and 40 minutes, that felt much longer than that. And I thought Oppenheimer flew by, so that's saying something. You could cut out so many scenes and save so much time. April and Cynthia's characters were pretty much useless, and so were the Ninja Turtles being kidnapped and singing BTS.
I just wish I could see BTS IRL.
On top of the runtime, you have a very basic story, which didn't bother me up until the end when the humans came out of thin air to help like Mercy was coming out of the clouds. But Superfly was cool and voiced well, Splinter was kinda mid and not really a ninja sensei, just a loving dad, and the Turtles, well... I grew up with the 2012 Ninja Turtles, and that's my personal favorite. So keep in mind, that's where I'm coming from. These Mutant Mayhem Turtles were mid. These stereotypical and generic tropes of teenagers in Mutant Mayhem do not outdo the older versions of these characters. While there was more chemistry and sibling bond with these newer turtles, their personalities were flat and one-dimensional. Mikey isn't a fun, outgoing comedian. He's pushed to the back and has a slight interest in improv. Donatello isn't a computer nerd, he's just an anime nerd. With very basic taste, by the way. Raph has no anger issues, he's just aggressive. And Leo is a simp. So I guess they really are like teenage high schoolers. They're just not the teenage mutant ninja turtles. The voice actors were alright. Leo's voice actor was definitely the best out of the bunch, but no surprise from the meme lord Gumball himself.
Who else can they add?
And to complement this film, the animation was well done. It's unique, yet clearly inspired by Spider-Verse. I like the sketchbook feel of it and understand the artistic choice to make the characters look deformed, even if it was unsettling. And the action sequences were amazingly done and interesting. They further emphasized the synergy between the turtles and how well they flow together. So yeah, it's no surprise that the best part about this film had Seth Rogen far from it. Straight up, the humor really killed Mutant Mayhem for me. And with that, Seth Rogen's reputation. He cannot write a movie for young teenagers anymore. His generalization of modern teens wasn't interesting enough for a Ninja Turtles movie. His voice is a thing of the past and an overused joke. With a confirmed sequel, which was approved before this one was even released, it's safe to say it'll be trash if Seth Rogen is writing it. My takeaway from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem was that Seth Rogen definitely has a fetish for milking.
Of course it hurts. She's milking me.
What the hell? 5 out of 10 shells. Go watch 2012 Ninja Turtles instead.